Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this episode I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful peony flower. To begin, I'm going to create my little cups, and that's going to help me to shape my little petals for the peony. Got a little bit of aluminium foil, nothing special, and I'm just going to scrunch it up in my hands, folding it into itself, and then just form it into a cup kind of shape, and there's your mold. Very easy. I have two little bowls here of gum paste that I'm using to form my petals. I'm going to add a little bit of hot pink fondant into one and a little bit of teal fondant into the other one. You could always just use your Americolour colours, but I had these on hand and I know I'm going to be throwing out that fondant anyway, so might as well use it to colour. I'm going to wrap one in cling wrap and I'll start working with the other one. These are the Peony cutters, little cutters, and I'm going to be using 3 sizes, so I'll go this one, the medium, and I'm going to say the second medium. So I've put some cornstarch on my working surface and I'm going to start rolling out my colours. I'm rolling out my pink gum paste to as thin as I can, probably about 2 millimeters thin, 1 to 2. Starting with the smallest one, I'm going to cut out about 4 or 5 of those. I'm actually going to cut out 5 of all of them. And if you have spares, that's always good anyway. Okay, for the remainder of the gum paste, I'm going to roll it into a ball. I'm going to keep a little bit on reserve just in case we need to make some extra petals. And with the rest, I will roll into a ball, and that's going to be the center of our peony. I've got my foam mat and I'm just going to thin out my petal. I'm going to go right up the edges and just really make those nice and thin. I'm going to place each of these smaller petals onto little teaspoons, and then we'll let them dry just for a little bit. I have a 22 gauge wire. I'm going to take some of that pink gum paste that we had before, very small little ball, and I'm going to put it at the edge of the wire and maneuver my fingers back and forth and just stretch it out on that wire. I'm going to grab one of the medium-sized petals for the smaller of the medium, and I'm going to line it up with the bottom, grab my Glad wrap, close it over and just press it in, just to smooth it out. You want to press too hard, otherwise the wire is going to go straight through. Yep. And that's going to be our front. So same deal as the other ones, going to thin out the edges, and this time just the edges. And we'll bend it slightly inwards. And make sure it doesn't come through on the other side. Beautiful. Grab one of our cups that we made before and just lay that in there. And let it dry. Do the same with the larger petals as well. So, onto my peony. And these ones here I'm stretching out as well because I want them to be a bit bigger, a bit fuller compared to the others. So, I'll bend it slightly from the base. Try not to touch it at the very tip, otherwise you're going to break through the petal. Like so. To make the stem, or what we're going to be holding the petals to, I've got my little gum paste ball, and I'm going to pinch the end of one of the wires and just bend it around my pliers. So we have like a half hook, and then I'm going to pinch that to make it nice and tight. So we got that. And if you can see, focus, And then I'm going to put that into my little gum paste ball. And that just ensures that it doesn't go slipping. And that's our little bud. I'm going to start attaching our little petals. So I have some edible glue and a brush. Edible glue, I've just added glucose syrup and water. I've set in the microwave for no more than like 3 to 4 seconds. And then I've just mixed it into itself. Alright, so there's our first one. I'm going to wrap that around the bottom. Like so. Making sure to overlap them. I'll do 2. And then putting this in here a little bit higher than the other 2 and attach that on. And these have been resting for about half an hour or so. I could have probably given it a little bit more time. Fold them inwards a little bit because the peony is pretty closed. I'm using my pliers here just to bend the metal rather than bending it from the petal. You hold it at the very base and pull down on the rest of the metal just to give it some shape as you apply it to your peony. I've got some regular floral tape here and I'm just spinning it around the base, making sure to pull it as I spin it, that way it releases the adhesive that's in the floral tape. And just maneuver it down, angling it, and rip it off. You can start adjusting your petal, just be very careful as you're pulling it from the actual petal because you could completely break it off the metal piece. And just keep attaching as you go. You'll find that as you're applying each petal it starts shifting, it doesn't really stay put. I find that when you finish wrapping the floral tape around, you can start adjusting it before you add the next one. And just keep filling it out until you're happy and satisfied with the amount of petals on there, how full it is. At this point you can start rearranging your petals how you like them. You can make it tighter or you can really flare them out. I've gone ahead and I've already done the teal coloured one, and now I'm just wrapping my floral tape just around the whole of the stem. Kind of like a luster dust. I'm going to add it into a little container of the petals. I'm going to add a little bit of alcohol to my gold luster dust or gold dust. I'm going to mix that through. And take my flower and literally just do little strokes against it. Maybe around the edges, just to accent it. And gold on this teal just looks absolutely amazing. I just love the color combination. Beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and I will see you really soon.